Climate change is taking an especially tough toll on our country's national parks. According to a new study from UC Berkeley and the University of Wisconsin, over the past century, average temperatures in national parks have increased at twice the rate of the rest of the country. And this, scientists say, is putting plants and animals at risk. Joining us now to talk about this study is Dr. Patrick Gonzalez, a climate change scientist at UC Berkeley. I appreciate you being here today. Very interesting what you guys have uncovered. You analyzed temperature data, rainfall data from weather stations all across the country, and you noticed a unique trend, a concerning trend within the national parks. What was it you saw?
The data since 1895 shows that the national parks are heating at twice the rate of the country as a whole. And relatively more of the national parks are drying out than the rest of the country.
Okay, so that begs the question. Why are our national parks more susceptible to climate change, it would seem?
National parks aren't a random sample. We've preserved the most remarkable landscapes in the country, and they happen to be in extreme environments, in the Arctic, at high elevations, and in the arid desert Southwest.
Why should the average person be concerned about the effects of climate change, specifically within national parks? You talk about the impact this could have on plants and animals within those parks. What might we see?
National parks form the heart of nature. They conserve endangered plants and animals, and they also provide for human well-being. Anybody who lives in San Francisco here gets their water from a national park. So it's important that we conserve the parks both for nature and for our own lives.
All right, so how is the information that you have uncovered in this study, how is this data going to be used specifically by the National Park Service? I mean, are they taking this information and what are they going to do with it?
We've already started using the information in two ways. One, adaptation. That's adjusting how we conserve the parks for the future. We can use this data to specifically target the most vulnerable areas, most vulnerable to wildfire, or most vulnerable to invasive species. The second way is giving us incentive to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. The national parks have been becoming more efficient in installing renewable energy. Golden Gate National Recreation Area, right here in the Bay Area, reduced their emissions 25% in just 5 years. Our research shows that that is going in the right direction to help the national parks avoid the hottest temperatures in the future.
So there is hope in terms of slowing the effects of climate change specifically within national parks. We can slow this trend, maybe not reverse it, but slow it?
Absolutely. Our analyses show that compared to the highest emission scenario, the most unsustainable world, if we follow the Paris Agreement with renewable energy and energy efficiency and public transit, we can reduce the heating in the national parks by up to 2/3, and that's with current technologies.
Did you specifically set out to find out the impact of climate change on the national parks, or did you just kind of come across this as you were analyzing data? Did you just sort of notice this trend within national parks?
We set out to uncover this. Nobody had known what the climate change trends were across the 417 national parks until our research. That's what we uncovered.
That's surprising to me that this hasn't been studied specifically until now.
Now it is, and now we have the tools to try to adjust fire management and resource management on the ground. But more importantly, it shows us the real benefits of reducing the human cause of climate change, pollution from cars, power plants, and deforestation, so that we protect our country's most special places.
Yeah, 417 national parks.
Yes.
Here in the U.S., all of them gorgeous in their own right. All right, Dr. Patrick Gonzalez, climate change scientist from UC Berkeley. Appreciate your time today. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Take care.